This model is one of Conrad's historic series and it's a Mercedes-Benz LAK 2624 tipper truck. The Conrad branded box has a label on it showing the model inside, and when you pull out the contents, the model's wrapped in the normal foam rubber wrapping. There's no information about the truck or model, and there's only a small bag of parts to be fitted. Inside the parts bag there are some wing mirrors which have to be separated, and also some plastic width indicators which are best separated with a sharp modelling knife. Once the parts are separated, then it's easy enough to fit them on. The door mirrors just press into little slots by the doors, and it's a very good fit. They're not loose at all, so they stay in position very well. But the position's a little bit different with the width indicators. They're made of a softer plastic and they're more difficult to get in, and they're also quite easily dislodged. This truck has an all-wheel drive chassis, so it looks busy and interesting. While the chassis is metal, all of the transmission elements are modelled in plastic, but the colour match is very good, and the steering is modelled in a purely functional way. Although all the tyres appear to be the same front and rear, they're mounted on very good looking wheels. One particularly nice detail is the leaf spring suspension, which has been modelled at the rear. The characteristic round shape of the nose has been captured really well, with an excellent mesh grille on the radiator. There's also a tiny Mercedes-Benz logo on the bonnet. There's more nice detailing in terms of the painted indicator lights, and the Mercedes-Benz model number is listed on the bonnet. The chassis detailing is quite good, with various tanks and a double ram system for the tipper body. At the rear there's a usable towing hitch and there are painted lights, but as this is a generic model there's no number plates. The tipper body is all metal and it's been modelled with a really good looking structure. Moving the truck onto the test track, then it rolls really well in a straight line. It's very smooth. One particular feature on the chassis is the rear suspension, so there's a lot more movement on the rear axles than you normally find. And the range of movement on the steering is very good too, so it poses really well and can follow a realistic curve. Another feature is the opening bonnet, and when you lift it up it can stay in the up position, and that gives you a view on a reasonably detailed engine compartment. The other feature of the model is one that you would expect, and that's the raising tipper body. And because it's controlled by a pair of hydraulic cylinders, it is very stiff on this model. However, it does open up to a good angle, and the cylinder stiffness does mean that you can pose it at any angle, and of course it won't bleed down. Once you've had fun testing out the strength of your fingers and arms, you can have a look at the back and you see that the tailgate does open. It's not entirely free swinging, but it does open pretty well. And thankfully closing the tipper is easier than opening it. This is a nice model of a historic truck from Conrad. It looks the part with enough small details to be interesting, and the features that have been implemented give a variety of posing opportunities. If you like this kind of truck, then it's good enough to be highly recommended.